1868, and he was the third son of John Connolly and Mary McGinn. They were a young couple who left County Monaghan in those awful years after the Great Famine.
Those that were desperately poor headed for Liverpool and for Glasgow, and in huge numbers. And after a period of time, there was so much alarm at these poor beggars coming from Ireland that they decided to send a number of them back.
Daddy was angry. There's no end to the lies and terrible things that they say about me, Lily. It makes me angry because I know they say those things because I'm a socialist. A socialist, Daddy? What's that? A socialist? No, said Daddy, is a person who wants to change things so that everyone, every man, every woman, every boy and girl will have enough to eat, and that no little boy or girl will have to go barefoot or without clothes. That's what the socialist is, no. But everyone should want that, said Roland. Have you told everyone?
A lot of people on the left in the last 10 or 15 years have been quite disillusioned, quite disorientated by the changes that have taken place, not just in Ireland, but in Scotland and elsewhere in the world, and feel somehow that there's nothing they can do to stop this sort of capitalist globalisation. Connolly would have understood exactly that type of balance of forces against radicals and against the left, because during his time he was fighting against an empire for which he said the sun never set on. That empire has now gone. Change can happen. We've seen the whole post-colonial movements happening throughout the world. So I think there's a lot that Connolly would have been dismayed about. He wouldn't have been happy at all, I don't think, with the direction of either Scotland or Ireland politically. But he would have always been advocating, I think, that social change is possible.
Couldn't imagine Connolly being a great fan of the Celtic Tiger, and in retrospect I think it doesn't have a big fan club anyway, because now it would be realised that this country got itself into a terrible mess because of irrational exuberance. And sweetly followed in relation to the markets.
Don't do it, Kimber. You didn't say it.
Someone talks artificially. We all now learning very heavy cost.
Connolly is the intellectual father of the Irish Labour movement. His body of writings still inspirational today. I think if you read Connolly's writings and look at it in the context of the economic times that we are living through, and look at the degree to which bankers and developers and so on have enriched themselves, and how it all came crashing down, and then at the end of the day it's working people that are asked to pick up the pieces, to pay for it through income levies and taxes, and in many cases unfortunately with their jobs in businesses. I think we can see the relevance in today's Ireland of what Connolly had to say.
Okay, Robbie, that was less than perfect. So do you want to dance with your shoes on or your shoes off? Well, I'm Irish. It's close enough to perfect for me. I think you could see I got a little bit emotional there, and I wasn't really going to say this. When James Connolly came to Ireland in 1906, he led a strike in Belfast. There was a book written about it called City and Revolt, in which everybody came out. The cops came out even in strike. They used the army. They brought in scabs on ships. They had them in the harbour. But when Connolly came off that ship from Scotland and he walked at the bottom of the gangway plank, my great-grandfather, John Quinn, was the guy that shook his hand. And they fought wars together. They fought off starvation for workers, and none of the two of them came out over well. But it's people like this that made it possible for people like us to be sitting here today. So, Robbie, with that said, I would like to introduce Art Pulaski, the Executive Secretary Treasurer of the California Federation of Labor, and thank God he's here. Thank you, Art.